Here we have verse 38 of the 5th chapter, the Gospel of Matthew. In the midst of the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus has been giving commentary on certain of the Ten Commandments. Just finished up at a discussion of the 9th commandment about not bearing false witness and some of the implications of it. He moves now to kind of the resulting body of law, which had to do with the law of compensation. When an infraction takes place, it's ordinarily the case that the offending party will repay the damages sustained by the one who has sustained the injury. And of course, the most fundamental expression of this is what Jesus now spells out here. So we have akousata. It's from akuo, I hear. This is the second person plural, aorist active indicative. So akousata, you heard. You have heard is the way it sometimes is rendered, but it's the simple aorist. So you heard, hoti. The conjunction erethe from ereo means to say. This is third person singular aorist passive indicative. So it was said. Then what was said, and we have, of course, this statement, ophthalmon. This is from ophthalmos, means an eye. It's in the accusative because it stands impliedly as the object of a verb. So you shall give an eye for an eye, as the idea. So the idea is ophthalmon, an eye, anti. We, of course, have the English expression anti, as in being anti-something. In Greek, it means more the idea of in place of. So an eye, accusative, in place of. This takes the genitive. So we have ophthalmou, the eye. So eye in place of an eye. Kai, the connective. And then odonta. This is from odous. It means a tooth. Of course, the word dental is distantly derived from this. Odonta, again in the accusative, a tooth. Anti, in place of odontos, in the genitive, a tooth. There probably was originally some expectation that this rule would be applied rather literally. It gave way, as near as we can tell, quite early in history to a somewhat softened notion that there would be a payment in money. So the value of an eye for an eye, the value of a tooth for a tooth, giving rise to the idea of compensatory damages, which continues to be the rule generally in the law to this day. And so, although it's a rather severe rule in its original articulation, the idea of money damages was going to take over. And of course, it's a rule of constraint. It's saying that the compensation will be limited to the value of an eye. It's not going to be a life for an eye or something of that order, that there's going to be a proportionality in connection with the injury sustained and the compensation paid.